Hi there, welcome back. In this section, we will discuss the streaming parameter. Let's go to our website and select the chapter Streaming. Remember to plug in your OpenAI API key and select the model. In this lesson, as usual, we will be using GPT-4o Mini. To have a better user experience, it is very important to start displaying the response as soon as possible, instead of waiting for the entire response to be generated. Streaming helps us to stream the response as it is generated. Stream is a Boolean parameter and it is set to false by default. We need to set it to true to stream the response. Unlike the normal response, the streaming response is not a single string but a list of chunks. Each chunk contains a token text of the response. We need to gather all the token text to get the entire response. Since the response comes in chunks, by default, the token usage information is not included in any of the chunks. To get this information, it comes with another parameter called stream options. In stream options, we can have another parameter called include usage. Setting include a usage to true will include the token usage information in the last chunk of the response. Now, let's see this in action. We will set the system message to "You are a helpful assistant" and the user message to "Write a short poem about robots." Max tokens is set to 200. Notice the option to set stream and include usage. First, let's try to set stream to true and include usage to false. See that the parameter values reflect our selection, including the message list, which will be used to generate the response. Here is the code to generate the response. As mentioned earlier, the response is not a single string, but a list of chunks. To read the response chunks, we need to iterate through the response chunks. For each chunk choices 0 delta content will give us the token text of the response. We need to gather all the content in a variable called chat response and finally print the entire chat response. Now, let's click on the submit button to see the response being streamed. We got a nice little poem about robots. Now, let's break down the response. The first table here shows all the chunks and the corresponding token text. The second table shows the first chunk and the third one shows the last chunk. In the first chunk, see the delta content, which is the first token generated. The last chunk has a blank delta. We don't see the usage information anywhere here. Now let's go back and set stream to true and include usage to true. See that the parameter values reflect our selection, including the message list. Now, let's click on the submit button. We got the response streamed as chunks. Notice that the last chunk now has the usage information. The rest of the response format is the same as before. This is how you can stream the response as it is generated and also get the usage information. That's all for this lesson. Thank you for watching.